Good morning, students. We welcomes all the students with the online tutorial provided by Computer Science Department, Dr. Subhash Technical Campus. Today, we will discuss about TCP/IP network model with 4 layers. Previously, we discussed OSI models, OSI layer, and in this tutorial, in this video, we will discuss about TCP/IP network model. Full form of TCP: Transmission Control Protocol, IP Internet Protocol. Transmission Control Protocol that provides a facility how to transmit your data from workstation A to workstation B, from a node to another node. Protocol that defines set of rules. Which are the rules imposed to transmit your data? Which are the rules we have to follow for transmitting your data from a node to another node? Here we have 4 layers of network model, TCP/IP network model with 4 layers. So basically, TCP/IP protocol suite, that is a bunch of protocols. It has multiple protocols come together, make a single suite and provide a protocol rules. See, what is the requirement to making a combination or suite? So basically, for transmitting your data from one node to another node, that is a different thing. To transmit your data from client to server as well as server to client, at that time of transmission, we have to provide different types of protocols. If you want to transmit your data from mobile device to computer, then we have to follow different kinds of protocol. If you want to provide your data from mobile wireless communication, then we have to follow the different kind of protocols. So protocol may depends on a device. That means we have to change the protocol. Set of rules depends on your device. Whenever you want to change your device, you have to change your protocol. To overcome these limitations, computer network researchers and many manufacturers of peripherals decided that we will make a common protocols, common rules that can be implemented on every device. So we have a single suite, and that is TCP/IP protocol suite. Is it clear? Once again, to make a generalized protocols, network creators or such kind of committees have decided to make a generalized rules. That general rules are defined in this protocol suite. We will discuss later on, but up to this we can summarize like that: a bunch of rules that may be used to any device that can be treated as a TCP/IP protocol suite. I think that is clear to you. So now TCP/IP Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocol, was developed by United States Department of Defense. Somehow it also denoted as DoD, Department of Defense, DoD, as a part of research project. Which kind of research project? In networking interconnection to connect remote machines. Origin of TCP/IP protocol suite was in USA, United States, with a particular department, and that is the Department of Defense. Some people also denoted as a Department of Defense (DoD), where they have decided, where they have generated to interconnection remote machines. Remote machines, that means a single machine is located, situated at another building, another space, remaining are at the another location. If you want to connect both the computers, then we have to specify some set of rules. Okay. TCP/IP model helps to determine how to specific computer should be connected to the internet. What is the main role of TCP/IP? How a specific computer, a range of computer, a computer group, network of computer should be connected to the internet. Internet, that means that is a global range of a networking. How your computer may communicate within a globally. That is basic task of TCP/IP model. It helps to create a virtual network when multiple computer networks are connected together. Suppose if we have multiple computer networks, like in our college premises, engineering college having a computer lab, computer science department having a computer lab, mechanical department also having a computer lab. If we have different 5 departments and all departments have small computer labs, okay, there are so many machines in the computer lab. Now there is a small network within a computer lab. If we want to connect all computer labs in a single domain, then we have to create a virtual network. At that time we can use TCP/IP protocol suite, and that is hardware independent. That is a cream portion of this particular TCP/IP protocol suite, that is hardware independent. Now, as I say, if you want to connect to different devices like projector and computer, Wi-Fi projector and computer, so wireless protocol rules are different than computer devices. So TCP/IP protocol may be implement both of the devices. If you want to access wireless device, then also we can use TCP/IP. If you want to use LAN, physical media connectivity, then also we can use TCP/IP protocol suite. Now think, if both the devices are working on the TCP/IP model, then it is easy to communicate between two different devices. So now those devices were hardware independent. Another one, TCP/IP protocol, no one vendor owns it. It is not a property of private companies. That is open source protocol. So there is no owner. Unlike IPX, SPX, DNA, SNA, these are AppleTalk. These are the protocols created by some particular industries, some particular organizations. And TCP/IP protocol should support widest variety of vendors, almost all the vendors. In terms of vendor, when I say vendor, which kind of vendor we have to consider? Vendors like selling of wireless devices like mobile phones, sellers of laptops, sellers of computers, desktop computers, sellers of projectors. In short, whatever the digital items sell by a particular person, these vendors we have to consider in this particular range, TCP/IP. Now a basic model of TCP/IP. Here we have one diagram. In this diagram we can observe that there is data to the network, and here data from the network. It means somebody wants to pass their data from person A to person B. Now first of all, application layer, after that transport layer, and here internet layer. After that, link or network interface. We have 4 different layers in TCP/IP protocol suite. First one, topmost layer, and that is application layer, transport layer, internet layer, and last one, that is link or network interface. As we discussed, OSI reference model have 7 layers, and in this TCP/IP protocol suite we have only 4 layers. So all the communication, all the tasks may be synchronized within 4 layers. Okay, so first one, that is application layer, transport layer, internet layer, and last one, link or network interface layer. That is the base layer. First, link layer deals with bit of frame, bit and frames. Internet layer deals with packets. Transport layer pass the segments, and application layer pass with data. Here its TCP/IP supports the flexible architecture that provides the facility to convert your data from one device to another device, and it has the flexibility to change its nature. So TCP/IP has a flexible architecture. In TCP/IP, the network remains inactive until the source and destination machines were functioning properly. That we can say are limitations of TCP/IP protocol suite. Basically, TCP, that is a connection oriented protocol, and we have to make the connection first. After that we can transmit our data. So it remains inactive until the source and destination machines were functioning properly. After that we can transmit our data. TCP is a connection oriented protocol. TCP offers reliability and ensures that data which arrives out of sequence should put back into order. TCP/IP will rearrange your data in a proper sequence as well as proper flow. Originally, TCP/IP have 4 layers: host to host layer, that means network interface layer, internet layer, transport layer, and application layer. Remember these 4 layers. First, it has a different names. We can say link layer, network interface layer, or host to network layer. First, upper that, internet layer, above that, transport layer, and at the top, that is application layer. Now what are the functionality of these layers? A network access layer corresponds to bottom 2 layers of OSI model that enables the DoD protocols to coexist with existing data link layer and physical layer standards. In OSI reference layer we have 2 different layers. These are data link layer and physical layer. Okay, got it? Here we combine both the layers and we have a layer, and that is network access layer. Internet layer is corresponds to OSI layer, that is network layer, and protocol at this layer move data between device on network. We can transmit our data from one source to another source. Host to host layer, that is as we compare with OSI layer, and that is deal as a transport layer. It makes peer-to-peer communication between the network and pass your data. And last one, that is application layer. To make the session and presentation application layer, it provides a particular GUI GUI platform to the user, through which user can directly communicate. See, as we discussed, which are the layers, which are the protocols are covered in TCP/IP protocol suite. Here we listed different protocols. See, network layer, transport layer, session, presentation and application layer. At the network layer we have a protocol like ICMP, Internet Control Message Protocol, Internet Control Message Protocol, IGMP, Internet Group Management Protocol, Internet Group Management Protocol, IP, Internet Protocol, ARP, Address Resolution Protocol, ARP, Address Resolution Protocol, RARP, Reverse Address Resolution Protocol. These are the protocol available on network layer. On the transport layer we have two different kinds of protocols, and these are TCP, Transmission Control Protocol, TCP, Transmission Control Protocol, and UDP, User Datagram Protocol. User Datagram Protocol. Above layer, session layer, presentation layer and application layer, we have different types of protocols. SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, FTP, File Transfer Protocol, Telnet, that is the name of protocol, Telnet, and if you want to abbreviate, then Terminal Network, TEL, Terminal, NET, Network, Terminal Network, DNS, Domain Name System, DNS, Domain Name System, SNMP, Simple Network Management Protocol, Simple Network Management Protocol. Another one, NFS, Network File System, NFS, Network File System. A sub protocol is RPC, that is Remote Procedure Call, RPC, Remote Procedure Call. And last one, TFTP, Trivial File Transfer Protocol, that is the extended version of FTP, Trivial File Transfer Protocol. So we have multiple protocols in a single space. So we can say that is the TCP/IP protocol suite. Here we have different listed protocols, that is a protocol list, and we have a summarize of this TCP/IP model and OSI model. First of all, see here we have one chart. It represents the OSI reference model and TCP/IP conceptual layers. Like in TCP OSI referential model, we have 7 layers: physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer and application layer. This we already learned. Physical layer deal with data communication, that is actual your data transmission. Data link layer establish the connectivity. Network layer, it will create your connectivity with file transmission. Transport layer, it will provide your transmission. Session layer, it deals to establish the connection gap, connection time duration with a particular user. Presentation layer, in this we can present our data, encryption standards and comprehensive data. And last one, that is application layer. In this layer we can directly deal with data, directly access the GUI form. These all the basic task of these all 7 layers: physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer and application layer. See, I am repeatedly try to remembering these all 7 layers, because that is most important as a perspective of examination as well as your theoretical concepts. If you want to learn in detail for individual layers, then there is a very good reference book, Forozan, written by Forozan. Another one, that is Tenenbaum, and in your as per the GTU, there is one author, Bhushan Trivedi, Dr. Bhushan Trivedi. It has also written a very well defined a book. It deal with all these layer individually. Okay, now these 7 layers group in 4 layers: network interface, network, transport, and application. See, here we try to communicate, we try to display the color combination like this color application layer. So application layer, presentation layer, and session layer, all 3 layers come together, and in the TCP/IP module it creates a single layer, and that is application layer. Transport layer works as the same, network layer works as the same, and data link and physical layer combines in a network interface layer. This is the basic difference related to OSI reference model as well as TCP/IP conceptual layers, TCP/IP model, right? So theoretically, if we want to compare these layers, so we have some differences, like OSI model was developed by ISO, and TCP/IP model developed by ARPANET. Advanced Research Project Agency Network, ARPANET, that is the originate of internet. That is a history. Another one, that is a OSI layer. It clearly distinguishes between interface, service, and protocol. In this TCP/IP, we cannot make a clear distinguish between number of layers, right? OSI model refers to open system interconnection, and TCP refers to transmission control protocol. OSI model, network layer to define routing standards and protocol. Here it uses only internet layer. See, in this OSI model, it uses network layer. Here, network layer to define route means which route is preferable to transmit your data. Routing algorithms, it deals with network layer, and here it uses only internet layer, right? We can say OSI follows the vertical approach, while TCP/IP follows the horizontal approach. Horizontal, that means in a single layer it has a multiple task. So single layer, it has a multiple task, that is a horizontal approach. OSI model use 2 separate layers, data link layer as well as physical layer, that make combined in one layer, that is link layer. OSI layer, it has 7 layers, and TCP/IP model, it has 4 layers. OSI layer, transport layer, is only connection oriented, right? In TCP, both connection oriented as well as connection layer, we can make transmission. OSI model, after advent of the internet, before existence of the internet, OSI model does not exist, and TCP model, that is the more before than the internet establishment. So we can say that TCP/IP model is a older one. Minimum size of OSI header is 5 byte, and in TCP/IP model, minimum header size is 20 byte. So we quickly revise the TCP/IP model. So basically it has 4 layers, that is hardware independent, connection oriented transmission, and it supports most of the devices. It has a 4 layers: link layer, internet layer, transport layer, as well as application layer. It has a multiple protocols: ICMP, IGMP, ARP, RARP, and IP that deals with network layer. TCP and UDP deals with transport layer. SMTP, FTP, Telnet, DNS, SNMP, NFS, TFTP deals with application, presentation, and session layer of OSI reference model. All 7 layers combined in 4 layers, and it works smoothly. We have a summary of these 2 different protocols or models in multiple differences. Thank you.